Well, good morning from Ville Platte, Louisiana at Chicot State Park. Today we are doing the first annual Lake Chicot Challenge. For those of you who don't know, I also run a small Facebook group here in Louisiana to encourage people to get outdoors. So I organize all kinds of events and everything, and anyone can post an event on this group, but today is the Lake Chicot Challenge, and Lake Chicot has a 20-mile loop trail that goes all the way around the lake, and we're going to do that in one day. All right, so this is the trail map for Lake Chicot in Ville Platte, Louisiana. You have to be careful because there is a Lake Chicot in Arkansas. So all of the blue are backcountry sites, and then all of the yellow are the trailheads. So the bridge that is just past, it's right here. There's a beautiful bridge. This bridge failed inspection, so you're unable to cross it. So the Walker Branch trailhead and the North Landing trailhead are inaccessible. We will park here at the South Landing trailhead. I do have on the East Landing, I have a water cache, and then all the way down here I was able to utilize this emergency exit to do a water cache right here on this side of the loop as well. I wanted to show you real quick. So one of the things that I did for this challenge is I had custom medals made. You get your very own medal. Now, I didn't have as many participants that actually made it out here as signed up because life really did happen. But I do have one other participant. She knows there's a medal, but she hasn't seen it yet. I'm going to hold that until the very end, but this is what it looks like. And they were pretty nice. We have made it to the trailhead, so this is where we will enter into the loop, and this is where we are going to exit, God willing. Can you believe these people trust me to take them in the woods? All right, see you down the trail. First bridge crossing. Yeah, that's how we're going to look once we finish this thing. We're probably not even a 1/10 of a mile in. Look at that. I'm sure it's probably some sort of a disease or something that makes it do that. I don't think it's the type of tree, but pretty cool. First look of the lake. And it's a beautiful view. Let me see if I can put this on wide angle so you can see a little bit more. It is a very foggy morning, so when we hit the bridge, we'll have a foggy view of the lake. So one of the markers you'll find on Lake Chicot Trail are these mile markers, and they will have one for every single mile around the loop, the whole 20 miles. And they'll actually have something similar to this in yellow, I believe, for the emergency exits. Those are also numbered in case you have to call for park staff and say, hey, I'm an emergency exit, such and such. I think they have 4 of them. And here is what the emergency exits look like. And that would lead to a road where you could be picked up. Hello, little guy. All right, and this is one of the benches that is on trail. Little plaque. You can pause if you want to read that. And it gives you this beautiful overlook of the lake. All the beautiful cypress. All right, and we made it to the bridge walk. And this is what makes it so cool. You have your own little designated lane and an absolutely beautiful view of the lake. So this is the view off of the bridge. And the water is actually really clear. We don't have a lot of sun, so you can't see as much, but you can just barely make out all the logs in the water. And if we had a sunnier day, you would just be able to see straight through to the bottom. Little alligator we found. He's probably about 4, maybe 5 feet. Let's see if I can't get closer, but I wanted to make sure I got a video in case we spook him. All right, he was so gracious as to stay there for us. So he's probably up on that log trying to catch him some morning sun, what little there is. Now, for those of you who don't know, the way that you can eyeball measurements on how large a gator is the distance between his eyeballs. Okay, you see his eyeballs, and then his front snout. However many inches that distance is about how many feet he will be. So even if all you see is his head poking out, his eyes, and usually his snout will poke out because that's how they breathe. If there's a large gap between there, you don't want to go kayaking next to that. That's a big gator. So it kind of gives you a way to estimate his length. But he is being really photogenic this morning. He's just chilling. All right, here's your last lake view from the bridge. And this is only a portion of the lake. I mean, we'll be doing a levee walk later on today. And it's, I think it's kind of the northern section. And they have a fishing pier. They have, man, that water's just so still. It's like a mirror. Look at that. Beautiful. But I'll show you that when we get there. Here's creek bed, completely dry. And here's the trail. Oh, look at that green moss. Oh, it's so cool. In that creek bed again. And on trail. Look at that. Oh, see if we can zoom in. Oh, look at that nest up there. So we came around and we're like, oh, look at that cool tree. You know, it's got the, the bark all half off of it. And then it was like, wait a minute, is that a nest up there? And then so we started looking on the ground, noticed all the bird poop. And it was like, well, there's confirmation for you. Sometimes it's in the little things, right? All right, bye. Look at this. I wanted to show y'all how the pine needles will just kind of hang off of the trees. And for those of you who are old enough, you remember whenever you used to decorate your Christmas tree with that silver tinsel? That is what this reminds me of. And we're just in this little section right now, and it's just kind of covered in it. And it's beautiful. Oh, look at this little area. It's like walking in a bamboo forest. It's just so cool. Stunning. Phenomenal. I looked up some adjectives from the last hike. I gotta be able to say different things. This is the nicest bridge we've crossed so far. And look, this one's got some water. Not a lot of water. It's not running, but other side. And are we having the time of our lives?
We are.
Yeah, all right.
How many miles we got?
I had to pay her to say that, y'all. And this is our first boardwalk. This is like what Lake Chicot is famous for, but look at this too. See if I can zoom in. And this really is just some of my favorite parts of this trail. Gotta watch sometimes. Second boardwalk. Well, look at this unique mushroom. Now, I'm not sure if that's lion's mane or not. I'd appreciate it if anyone could identify it, but I think this is the first time I've ever seen it on trail. Try and get you a good look of the underside. Oh man, such a great find. Our third boardwalk does have a little old shed or something that's been knocked down since as long as I've been out here hiking. And then we'll actually come out of here. Oh, look at that. Oh, so pretty. Onto our levee walk. And the levee walk is where we will get a really beautiful view of the side of the lake that we haven't seen yet. So I'll show you that in just a minute. This is Louisiana fall colors, y'all. I say all the time, it's either green or it's dead. And but it kind of does look like fall, you know, dead cypress trees. And this is the view of the lake from the levee. And way over there, they have a fishing pier. I'm not sure if you can still get to it with that bridge being out. I'm not sure. And that's where they used to have, I think, either another fishing pier. I think there was a boat launch up here as well. But great view. Coming up on another mile marker, mile 8, and the coolest bridge on the whole trail. All right, first crossing. It does have a little bit of swing in it. Well, not swing so much as up and down. All right, so walking into East Landing Trailhead. This is kind of the parking area in the grass. And this is where I had cached some water. So we're going to take our lunch break here, take a little shoes off break, and then get back on trail. All right, at our lunch spot. Lunch is tuna packets and my bag of sugary treats. Oh yeah, I'm so excited. And Lee has pulled pork. Do you recommend the pulled pork in a pouch?
Well, if you're hungry.
If you're hungry, you'll eat anything. It was actually kind of surprising how very little they had in there. So if you're bringing that, maybe bring 2. Feather explosion. We did hold a moment of silence for the bird buffet that was served here today. We made it! Halfway! Alright, get in here. We'll do a selfie film. Mile 10. Proof, y'all, we made it! Ah! Alright, our 4th boardwalk. Look at her up there. She's a champ. She's been pacing me out. And Whoo! She's making me feel old and out of shape. But look at how beautiful. Love those cypress knees. We are full of energy. We're youthful. We're just, maybe we'll do it twice, you know?
Sure we will.
Not today.
When
Not
you go
today.
To sleep at night and dream about it.
I really hope I don't. All right, onward to, we're about 2 miles from our next water cache. And there, it's at a boardwalk, and we'll take a little bit of a break, get watered up, and won't be but 4 or 5 miles after that, and we are done. Done. See y'all in a bit. Well, look at this big one. This is, oh my, see, when you're short, you just go right under it like that. Barely even have to bend over. Look at us. Number 13. And another boardwalk. This is actually a really long one. So this is actually one of the few boardwalks that has some water. Again, that's that duckweed that sits on top of the water here in Louisiana. And it absolutely makes for beautiful scenery. In fact, I think this might even be the boardwalk that my Facebook group's cover photo. This is, I think, where it came from. So, back at it. Orange is my new favorite color. All right. Mile 15. All right, well, we made it to about mile 16. This is, I think, the last boardwalk on the loop. And this is also where, at the end of this boardwalk, there's an emergency exit, and I use that to cache water. So we'll take a short break. It's about 4 o'clock, so we're probably going to end up doing a little bit of night hiking, just because it gets so much darker in the woods than it does if you were out in the open. So we are whooped, but we're still getting it. It wouldn't be a challenge if it was easy. So I was wrong about the boardwalks. There's another one. Look how big that cypress tree is. All right, got water on this one. Lots of water. Yep. Oh yeah, this is a very large inlet. Hang on, I'll show you in just a second. There's the one side, but there's the other side. Another really large cypress tree. Oh, something jumped from under there. I'm guessing a frog or a turtle. Man, this boardwalk just gets better and better. The camera's a little jiggly, I'm sorry. We're kind of fast walking. Missing board. Look at that. It's the best of Louisiana right there. Another huge cypress tree. Look at us, we're night hiking, and look, Chicot State Park actually included with most of their blazes this little dot, and it's reflective, so your headlamp picks up on it. We are so close, 2 more miles, in good spirits, and we know that we're going to finish this.
There she is. That's it. We did it. We are finished. There's the car. There's the trailhead. Oh, welcome to the 20-mile club. Oh, thank God. A lot later than what we expected, but oh man, we made it.
All right, guys, we are in the state park. We have staff helping us out doing the camera work, and it is our presentation time of the medals. This is her first time actually seeing this, so I'm really excited to be able to give it because she certainly earned it. Y'all, we are so whooped. Just so whooped. But this is your medal.
I love it.
And it says Lake Chicot Challenge, single day 32K. Because I looked it up and that's exactly what it is. It's the 32K. So here you go, ma'am. Congratulations.
Yay! For putting up with me on them last few miles.
Oh my god. Well, you know, it was the both of us. So, all right, guys. See y'all next video.